Hello parents, I'm Mr. Howard Yu, Principal of One Academy. Today I'd like to share with you the importance of this coming June holiday for intensive science training in PSLE, in P5 as well as in P4. So the highlights for this sharing is about the 2021 PSLE Science Intensive Training. I was a former science HOD and also former PSLE science marker for section B. And also I've authored this book for P5 and PSLE students to handle open-ended questions answering techniques. So as we are aware, the recurrent heightened alertness COVID situation has put many of us into online learning, be it home-based learning or online tutoring. So fear not, because this is an important time that we need to be prepared for worst thing that will come, perhaps in June, end of June, or even in July. So over the last year's experience, we have come to current situation that rules have been put in place to manage safe distancing, and also the use of technologies in trace together, and also students has been asked to stay at home for their coaching. And I'm very thankful that my tuition center, One Academy, has been awarded the Trace Together Ready before we do all our training. So that was a spot check by the Safe Distancing Ambassador. Before COVID-19, all my intensive classes are conducted live in my center, where I kept to about 6 to 8 students. Since 2015, all the trainings during the June holiday has been full house. And also there's a lunch where I can have good fellowship with the students and also a good break for them. So these are our physical classes has also been papered towards or catered towards the online coaching, which I'll be doing in June. So just a brief outline of the new scoring system. I'm sure that many parents are aware that from this year, there will be these academic levels or achievement levels, ALs. As you know that AL1, you need to score 90 and above to achieve. The lower the AL, the better schools that the children can be admitted to. And this is a chart where I've extracted from MOE website. They shows a good spread of schools over Singapore. As you notice, the cutoff point of good schools in the West, as represented in this blue sector, is from 6 to 22. That means, let's say a student want to get 6, perhaps there are 4 subjects. Let's assume that the English and Chinese, they get 2 each. So 2 plus 2 is 4. And science and mathematics, they score 1. That will help the student achieve an AL of 6 to qualify in the school. The cutoff points, COP. So you can freeze the screen to understand more about this chart. And these are the AL scores. And what I want to highlight to you is about affiliation and non-affiliation. As you can see that, for example, this school in Express, students who are affiliated maybe from ACS primary go to ACS secondary Express, they can have a higher AL of 22 compared to non-affiliated of 6 to 11. For example, this student maybe is from another school that's non-ACS, but he wants to go into ACS secondary. So can you see that the range is much narrower from 6 to 11 instead of all boys from 7 to 22. That's about more than half of the range. So it's important that students from non-affiliated school do very well in order to qualify for better choice secondary school. And that is the importance of this 2-day live intensive training online. So as you know that I'll be conducting this course, the first run is on the 3rd and 4th of June. And this is a 2-day course. Do take note that run 2 left only 2 seats. However, for run 1, which I highly recommend, because when the students come for this training on the 3rd and 4th, they have wider runway, as you can see, wider runway to catch up during the June holiday compared to student in run 3. So run 3 is from 17 to 18, only have 2 seats left. So I highly recommend parents quickly enroll your child for this run one on 3rd and 4th of June for this training. So I have catered this very effectively. I've done it last year during the circuit breaker, spread over 2 days. So do take note, there's an early bird discount before 28th of May. So if you register after 27th of May, that will be this price. And from this training, I hope to help students to achieve an AL or 1 or 2 in this training. Supposedly now they are at AL3 or 4. I want to upgrade their score to AL1 and AL2. And this is possible, and it's also very important because, as you know, that most of the school prelim examinations will be in August after the National Day. So touch wood, if any candidate absent from the real PSLE exam, the prelim results will be taken into consideration for Sec 1 admission. That means if the child, let's say, absent for science during the actual exam on the 5th of October this year as scheduled, the results for the science prelim in his or her school will be taken into consideration as the AL score for the actual Sec 1 promotion exercise. So this is something important that parents need to know. And it's important that the children get well prepared and they do their best during their prelim. Because, you know, in this current COVID situation, we do not know what will happen during the actual PSLE. Maybe due to some medical reason, the child can't go, or due to some other like stay home notice, the child need to stay home somewhere. So we need to preempt the worst case scenario. So it's important that they do well in their prelim examinations. And these are the topics that I will be going through. I will highlight the important topics during these 2 days of training from P3, P4, P5, and P6. And also for parents of students in primary 5, you need not worry because after I cleared the P6, I will arrange for intensive classes for current year P5 student as well as P4 student. So because for P5 SA2, all the P3 to P5 topics will be tested. And similarly for PSLE, the student need to know the content from P3 to P6. So it's important that they come for this training. And this is the book which I published. And all students who enroll, I advise you to enroll as soon as possible because I need about 4 working days to mail out this book together with the worksheets for you to follow through during the training. And last year I did it successfully. I mailed out all the books for the 3 runs conducted during the 2020 circuit breaker. And if you remember last year, this was not done in June, was done in May because MOE put forward the June holiday to be done in May. So this book will be mailed. And also these are the resources for parents who are interested in my coaching. I use very unique resources. And also for the 2 days intensive science, I've customized past year's exam papers and also some top 2 schools paper. I've modified the questions to make it more difficult and more challenging. And I believe in this SEAL, scientific experiential application learning, where your child will be exposed to, they will be trained to handle questions effectively. And actually more than 70% of P3 to P6 students have difficulty in giving accurate scientific answers in open-ended questions. And I help students to focus in mastering this technique in our SEAL training. So be rest assured that you'll be SEAL warrior to handle difficult situations, training the best to take out the worst. And these are good testimony. Like for example, in 2019, I helped this girl who's actually the head prefect. She actually topped the school in the P6 2019 science prelim paper. And also students will be interested in DSA because I do special DSA for the School of Science and Technology. They are having their also online recruitment in June holiday. So do register with me if you are keen to get your child into the SST. And one of these students here actually is already in SST. He actually, I believe, is in Sec 3 or Sec 4 this year. And these are the excellent testimonial of parents who have sent to me through the WhatsApp. Okay, now comes to my weekly training program. For PSLE students this year, do take note. These are the classes which I have. For example, on Wednesday, I will once vacancy left for students to join my classes. And also for Thursday, I have more places. There are 6 vacancies. And also on Friday, but this is a permanent online class. Even the student return back to tuition center if MOE lifted the ban. And these are another class on Saturday, 11:15. Also 1 vacancy left. I also cater to weaker students, be it P6 student or P5. As you notice, on Saturday morning, Saturday morning, 8:45 to 10:45. Currently, actually, there are 4 current P6 students. They are weaker in their academic in science. So I group them together in this class. So if you believe that perhaps your child need more help, you can consider letting your child joining this class. And I kept all my online classes to a maximum of 8 students. Even during the actual physical class is also kept at 8 students. And also good news for parents who have students who have pupils in secondary 2 and sec 3, because I have a very good tutor who specializes in sec 1, sec 2 general science, as well as chemistry in sec 3 and sec 4. He's actually a specialist in sec 3 and sec 4 in IB, as he graduated from ACS Independent and was also a relief teacher there teaching chemistry. And this is my permanent online class, Friday, 8 p.m. to 9:30, also 1 vacancy left. This is a accelerated course. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. And these are the outline. You can freeze the screen to take note of the content of each topic being covered. So my target and my aim is to help students, perhaps currently they are in the AL3 or AL4. I want to upgrade their scores to AL1 and AL2. It's possible with science. And I was surprised that there are some tuition centers, they still conduct Zoom lessons with too many students. As you can see here, mathematically, 5 times 4, we have 20 plus 4 more students on top. So in this class of 24 students, a Zoom class, I really wondered the effectiveness of the class and how to monitor. Because as an educator, I know that the number of students do matters. And that's why I kept my class between like 6 to 8 students, 8 students doing max. So it's important for parents to consider, because this online tuition or even HBL learning may continue beyond June as the situation in Singapore's COVID management evolves. So it's important to enroll them now, because by then I may not have enough vacancy. So you need to make the critical decision, because as a science coach is my passion, and I'm very happy to help students to make improvement over the years through my SEAL training. And really the test comes in applying the skills in the battlefield of the examinations and in real life applications. So once again, I welcome parents to have confidence in me by sending your children for my coaching, as I was a former PSLE science marker, former HOD, and also have authored my own book, Mastering P5 PSLE Science Open-Ended Questions. So once again, I'd like to invite you to consider Run 1 on the 3rd and 4th of June this year from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So this is how I do my training. After about 50 minutes of training online, they take a 10 minutes eye break. And then there's a lunch break after the 2nd hour. So this lunch break, I ask the student to shut down the computer, and also shut down because the computer also need to rest. They need to cool down because they are processing at a high speed, just like your brain. So during the lunch break, the tutor, myself, shut down. The student also shut down. They take their lunch. They let their eyes have a break. And then we continue after that. And over 2 days, I will cover important science concepts in P3 to P6 to get them ready for their school's prelim in August after Singapore National Day. So do take note, my target is to help current students who are in AL3 and AL4 now to upgrade their scores to AL1 and AL2. And even those students with higher ALs, they will see at least 1 to 2 grades and even 3 grades improvement through my training. And this has happened over the years. And I have many happy students and parents in my learning center and in Beauty World Center. And I have come to the end of my presentation, and I wish you all the best in your coming June holiday. Do consider sending your child to oneacademy.asia. You can check out my website, and also stay safe and keep fit during this holiday. And do call me at 8268-5299 by WhatsApp to make further inquiries or bookings for your PSLE science training. Thank you. As well as for students in P5, I'll be coming out with my June holiday P5 Science Intensive as well as P4 Science Intensive. Thank you, take care, and God bless.